Hello students, in the previous lecture we have started with sexual reproduction in organisms. We have already discussed that there are three events, that is pre-fertilization events, fertilization events and post-fertilization events. So today we will start with the pre-fertilization events. So let's start. Fine. So let us start with the pre-fertilization events. We have already discussed yesterday that the pre-fertilization in events includes gametogenesis and it includes gamete transfer. Just now we will discuss about gametogenesis. See, it's a very lengthy topic. So we have divided this topic into four headings. First, what is gametogenesis, right? So we are going to give the definition of gametogenesis. Then the second topic will be the types of gametes, means how many types of gametes are there. The third topic will be sexuality in organism, and the fourth topic will be cell division during gamete formation. So first let us start with what is gametogenesis. The term itself is saying gametogenesis. Genesis means the formation of gametes. So gametogenesis is the process of formation of gametes, right? So the process of formation of gametes. Now usually there are two types of gametes. So the definition of gametogenesis becomes the process of formation of two types of gametes, that is male gamete and female gamete. Now you know now that the organism body is diploid and it produces gametes. So gametes are always haploid cells. Even the haploid body can also produce gametes, that we will see later on, right? So first question is, what is gametogenesis? I hope it is clear that gametogenesis is the process of formation of two types of gametes, that is male and female, and gametes are always haploid cells, right? Next question arises is the types of gametes, right? Now during gametogenesis, the gametes formed, they could be similar or they could be dissimilar, right? The similar gametes are called isogametes or homogametes, right? And in which the similar gametes are found? So similar gametes are found in some algae, right? So there are generally two types of gametes we will discuss. One, similar gamete, and another concept will be dissimilar gametes. So similar kind of gametes are seen in some algae which are not possible to categorize in male and female, and such gametes are called isogametes or they are called as homogametes, right? So first category, in some algae two similar gametes are seen which are not possible to categorize in male and female, and such gametes are called isogametes or homogametes, right? Now the second category is that abhi just now we have discussed regarding algae. Now in the other sexually reproducing organism, two types of gametes are found, right? There also two gametes were found, but two gametes were similar in morphological, right? Whereas here the two types of gametes are formed which are morphologically distinct. Morphologically distinct means they are very similar to each other, right? Such type of gametes are called heterogametes. In heterogametes there is one male gamete and the another one is female gamete. The male gamete is termed as antherozoid or sperm, whereas the female gamete is called as egg or ovum, right? So first topic was what is gametogenesis. I hope it is clear in your mind. Gametogenesis is the process of formation of two type of gametes, male and female, and the gametes are always haploid cell. Second is types of gamete. So in some algae two similar gametes are formed which are not possible to categorize into male and female, and such gametes are called isogametes or homogametes. Whereas in other majority of sexually reproducing organisms, two types of gametes are formed which are morphologically distinct. They are called heterogametes, in which the male gamete is called antherozoid or sperm and the female gamete is called egg or ovum, right? Now the third thing was sexuality in organism, right? So we have seen already when we were differentiating between asexual and sexual reproduction that in asexual reproduction offsprings are produced by a single parent, whereas in sexual reproduction the offsprings are produced by two parents, usually of opposite sex, right? Now sexual reproduction involves the fusion of male and female gamete from two different individuals, but this is not always true. Means it is not compulsory that the two gametes that are getting fused have came from two different individuals, right? And you must have seen in plants now that in plants the flowers are bisexual, means there is the male part also and the female part also. So there they don't need any other plant, right? So it is not true that the gametes are always coming from two different individuals. Why? So as organisms can be unisexual or bisexual. Here just now we will describe it in terms of animals. For plants we will discuss later on, right? So up till now we have seen sexual reproduction plants mein, animals mein and fungi mein. Here also we will discuss regarding all three, right? So organisms could be unisexual or bisexual. I know you must be knowing what is the meaning of unisexual and bisexual. We are all unisexual or bisexual. I hope you all know that we are all unisexual, right? So what is the meaning of unisexual? Unisexual means male and female reproductive structures are present in different organisms. So example that is given in the textbook is cockroach, whereas bisexual means what? That the male and the female reproductive structures are present in the same organisms. You have already studied many examples of bisexual animals in 11th standard. You have studied regarding earthworm, sponges, tapeworm and leech. And these bisexual organisms are also called as hermaphrodites, right? So sexuality in organism, just now we have discussed that during sexual reproduction fusion of gamete takes place and these gametes come from two different individuals, but it is not always true because the organism could be unisexual or bisexual. This you have to remember as definition and as difference with example, right? The second is, this is regarding the animals. Now we are going to talk about plants and fungi, right? So abhi tak we have seen the term unisexual and bisexual, but in fungi and some plants we are, instead of using the term unisexual and bisexual, we are using the term heterothelic and dioecious and homothelic and monoecious, right? Heterothelic, I hope you remember we have already discussed in 11th standard that the body of the plant which is not differentiated into root, stem and leaf is termed as thallus, right? Hetero means different, homo means same. So this is heterothelic. Heterothelic means that the male and the female reproductive organs are present in different plants or different organism, right? So heterothelic and dioecious also means the same thing. Dioecious, di means two different organisms having different reproductive organs. So in several fungi and plant, heterothelic and dioecious term is used instead of unisexual, whereas homothelic and monoecious. Homo means same, तो एक ही thallus के ऊपर both the reproductive organs. Mono means same, so एक ही के ऊपर दोनों reproductive organs. So homothelic and monoecious term is used instead of the term bisexual. Always the student gets confused between heterothelic, homothelic, dioecious and monoecious. So please keep these terms clear in your mind. Heterothelic means two different thallus. Two different thallus means two different reproductive organ. Di means two, ecious means plant. Dioecious means two different plants, so two different reproductive organs. That means they are unisexual. Homo means one, on one only, two types of reproductive organ. Mono means also one, so on one plant itself both the reproductive organs are present. So I hope heterothelic dioecious is unisexual, homothelic monoecious is bisexual. So you have to remember this term. It could be asked as MCQ. Next is in flowering plants. So earlier we discussed in animals the terms are used unisexual and bisexual. Then we have discussed in fungi the term is used heterothelic and dioecious or homothelic and monoecious. And now we are going to discuss in the flowering plants. Now in flowering plants the term used are monoecious and dioecious, right? In flowering plants the term unisexual and bisexual is also used, but we are generally using those terms for flowers. As you know that in flowering plants the flowers are having both the reproductive organ in the same flower, then such a flower is called bisexual flower. And if in the flower there is any one reproductive organ, then it is termed as unisexual flower. So those terms unisexual and bisexual, they are for flowers. For plants we are using the term monoecious and dioecious, right? Mono, as I said already, that both the male and the female flower will be present on the same plant. So here monoecious is used to describe both male and female flower are present on the same plant. This you have to remember with definition. And this is also asked in exam, right? So examples are cucurbita and coconuts. There are some other examples also. Papaya is also the example of monoecious, right? Next is dioecious. Papaya is the example of dioecious, right? Pea is the example of monoecious, where both the male and the female flower are present on the same plant. So when we will complete the second chapter as well, you will come to know about more examples, right? Next is dioecious. Dioecious means both male and female flower are present on different plant, right? Here one plant will be having all male flowers, other plant will be having all female flowers, right? So here both male and female flowers are present on different plants. The plant which will be having all male flowers is termed as staminate plant, whereas the plant which is having all female flowers, they are termed as pistillate. So the male flower is termed as staminate and the female flower is termed as pistillate. And what are the examples of dioecious? The examples of dioecious is papaya, date palm, right? So these are the examples of dioecious. There are other examples as well that you will study in second chapter. Clear in your mind, right? Next thing is the next topic, that is cell division during gamete formation, right? Now we have already discussed that there are heterogametic species. Now what is the meaning of heterogametic species? Hetero means different, gametes, so that means heterogametic species are producing two types of gametes, right? So two types of gametes are formed, that is male and female. We have already discussed that gametes are always haploid, but the parent plant body, it could be haploid or it could be diploid, right? Now we are having a diploid body, so obviously in us the process of cell division that will takes place to produce gamete will be meiosis. But if the plant body is haploid plant body is seen in Monera. There are certain fungi, in bryophytes, in algae. You have already studied in 11th standard that they are having an haploid plant body. So haploid plant body will produce gametes through mitotic division. Here we are discussing cell division during gamete formation. So if the parent plant body is haploid, then it will produce gamete through mitotic division, and if the parent plant body is diploid, then it will produce gametes by the process of meiosis. And the diploid, that is the 2N cell, the diploid cell in the diploid organism is termed as meiocytes. This you have to remember for MCQ, and this year this question was asked in exam as a 2-mark question. Then you have to remember the examples. The examples of haploid plant body is Monera, fungi, algae and bryophyte, and the example of diploid parent plant body is pteridophytes, gymnosperms, angiosperms, animals which also include human beings. We know very well that the diploid plant body is 2N. When the gametes are formed, they become N. That means one set of chromosomes are incorporated into each gamete, right? So till here the topic pre-fertilization, gametogenesis. I hope it is clear in your mind. 4 things we have discussed. First, what is gametogenesis? The second thing we have discussed is that types of gametes. The third thing we have discussed is sexuality in organism. And the fourth thing we have discussed, cell division during gamete formation. Once again, I hope it is clear. What means? You have to define the process gametogenesis. Process of formation of 2 types of gametes, male and female, and gametes are always haploid. 2 types. In some algae, 2 similar gametes, not possible to categorize into male and female and called as isogametes and homogametes. In some other sexually reproducing organism, 2 type of gametes are produced which are morphologically distinct, means different. They are called heterogametes. That is, one is called as male gamete, the other one is called as female gamete. The male gamete is called as antherozoid or sperm, and the female gamete is called egg or ovum. The next topic, sexuality in organism, in which you have to remember the definition of unisexual, bisexual with example. Then you have to remember the meaning of heterothelic and homothelic. Then in plants you have to remember the terms monoecious, dioecious along with some examples, right? Then we have discussed cell division during gamete formation. Easy hai. In heterogametic species, 2 types of gametes are formed, male and female. Gametes are always haploid, but parent plant body may be haploid or diploid. If the parent plant body is haploid, it will produce gametes by mitotic division. If the parent plant body is diploid, then it will produce gamete by the process of meiosis. And the diploid cells is termed as meiocytes. Examples here are Monera, fungi, algae and bryophytes. Here one set of chromosomes are incorporated into each gamete, and examples are pteridophyte, gymnosperms, angiosperms, animals which includes human beings, right? Now in the next lecture we will discuss regarding the next topic of pre-fertilization events, that is gamete formation. Thank you.